Fox Sports welcomes you to the Shriners Children's 500 from Phoenix Raceway. 37 drivers at the ready to tackle this 1 mile, kind of an oval, as we get ready to race for you here on FS1. William Byron, the pole sitter, chooses the inside. He is on the gas, and we are under green in Phoenix.
Didn't take them long. Here they come. Fighting hard for this clean air track position. You'll see that Byron and Logano, that's going to be a battle.
Well, that's going to be one of the big battles, as we see a battle for the lead right here between Joey Logano and William Byron. So we see that top groove right there working well with the momentum for Logano off the corner. But these cars have such a big side draft, as both of those guys elect to stay up on the racetrack, that Byron's able to pull him back to him.
Half the field running the shortcut across the dog leg on lap 1. Still side by side for the lead. And finally, Byron establishes himself. And on the back straightaway, a car in trouble. Here it is, caution on lap 4. Catherine Legg's car gets loose and goes around, coming off turn number 2.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. I'm so tight. I have so much wheel in it that it got loose on exit, but it's because I'm so tight.
Here we go again, Clint. You see 4 wide back there in the middle of the pack, but this is going to be a little bit different than the first restart with some laps on those tires. Cars are going to act a little bit different, but you see some contact there in the back.
They got it. Those guys turned around. They didn't get through that, Kevin. Stenhouse is around.
Yeah,
we got bumped this turn.
Yeah.
Did not hit anything.
You did get bumped. Custer gets loose down there, gets in to Gilliland there, who then gets into Stenhouse, spins back down across the racetrack, catches Custer in the right rear. Lucky they all got through that. Bowman even got clipped a little bit in that right rear. Keep an eye on that toe link.
Cautions breed cautions in Phoenix.
I think it was just Logano waiting until the end of the zone. Everybody trying to anticipate it.
Oh, below the yellow line prior to start finish for Joey Logano is what we're hearing from NASCAR.
They're going to post him. That's huge.
But it's also,
I don't think they're going to change their mind. They're not changing their mind.
It's also the easiest call that they can make. If it's not to the start finish line and you're below the yellow line right there, you got to call it if it's a black and white call like that.
Geez, I mean, it had to be. If it was at all, it was freaking nothing. That's ridiculous.
Copy that. Stay in the game. It was right at the start-finish line. Literally right at it.
See people slipping and sliding around a lot. Ready to have this stage over and get some new, fresh feel-goods on.
William Byron's 4th Phoenix stage win. The most he's won at any racetrack. Back to green.
Right back to 4 wide. Christopher Bell got a great launch right there. We've seen the 24 car of William Byron be a little bit better.
Whoa, trouble in the back and 2 cars in the wall.
Big wreck. They're still wrecking. Custer into the outside wall. I think that was Herb's.
Keep rolling if you can. Keep rolling if you can.
No, I think it was Gibbs is who it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the 54 comes up and they all get squeezed right. Oh,
you're right.
They just run out of room, man. That car launched up in the air.
19 jumped over the right front of Haley.
Yeah, Briscoe with a lot of
damage.
Blew
the side window out of Briscoe's car. That car's hurt bad.
Yeah, and I don't think that the 54 really did anything wrong right there. They just squeezed together, but it looked like the 19 and.
Well, nobody lifted. Nobody was willing to lift.
Those wheels grabbed.
Boy, did
We're going to watch from Van Gisbergen in here.
Yeah, so watch this 7 and 19 right here. The 7 is going to be all the way up against the.
Wow.
Boom.
Happens fast.
Well, look at them 4 wide there. As they get together, and the wall is right there. And this ends up, we had 7 cars involved, but the more we look, the more we count of cars that had damage in this one. Add Keselowski and Custer to the list. Chase Briscoe checked and released at the infield care center. Here's your Xfinity fastest lap so far. William Byron and Joey Logano Separated by about a tenth. Byron's lap 130.38 miles per hour. The driver at the end of the race with the fastest lap gets a championship point.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, though, right? The track position game is real here. Byron, Bell, they have it. Logano had it, made a mistake, got a penalty, had to put those tires on early.
A lot of options when you get down to turns 1 and 2 right there.
And for the lead, here comes Logano on the option tire underneath Christopher Bell.
Well, that's what we expected. You know, we expected Joey Logano to drive to the lead. Now, the part that is the unknown that Larry's been talking about is how long will these tires last before they either fade to the point where the primary tires become faster, or do they just fall off to even, or do they blow out again like Michael McDowell's?
And Bell is there.
And you notice he didn't say he was there. That's the hardest part about this racetrack for spotters. He couldn't tell. Those cars are going away from the spotters down that straightaway, getting into one. Very difficult for a spotter to tell exactly where he's at. That's why he just left it on the apron.
Yeah, you're trying to spot that car as it's going away from you. So just like you say, it's a very difficult spot.
You're clear.
As you see Bell make
coming behind. Next car's in the 3.
Make the pass for the lead there. So that tells me that those tires are finally fading off there, Larry.
Here's the lucky dog battle. We're on the final lap of the stage, which Christopher Bell is going to win. Bell 3 seconds ahead of Joey Logano, gets the green and white checkered flag, and here are the teammates battling. Jones outside, Nemechek inside. One of them is going to get back on the lead lap. It's Nemechek. At Phoenix. Oh, around she goes.
Hang on to it. Hang on to it. Hold the brake.
Took out Suarez with it.
Trying to miss Josh Berry. Daniel Suarez is involved in Catherine Legg's second spin of the day.
She was doing fine, guys. I feel like we jinxed her. Right as we put the camera on her.
And
Yeah,
that
Got
took
up a
out.
little high, and
Man, that's a tough break for Suarez.
Yep.
yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah, and we've seen this so many times where you just touch that right front with these cars coming up the racetrack to the outside car. It'll spin them right around, and Daniel Suarez. I mean, what a terrible feeling. Great job by Blaney. But Suarez nowhere to go. Well, you see that 5 car of Kyle Larson right up there had a great restart, putting himself up into the 3rd position, and you see it get tight off of turn 4, turn
Kyle
2
Busch
there
did
again.
not have an exit of turn 2 very good at all. Logano slipped up getting in, enabled Larson to take that spot from him as well.
Christopher Bell is setting sail, looking for his 3rd straight victory. .77 to go for the lead. Ryan Preece on the option tire versus Christopher Bell, who has consistently been one of, if not the best cars on the prime tire all day long. And the Berlin, Connecticut driver goes to the front. Here now is William Byron. Regan.
Mike, about 2 laps ago, I looked over, saw the pit crew getting helmets on as we see damage right now on Bubba Wallace's right front, but saw him putting the helmets on, and yellow's out.
Caution is out. I believe it'll be for debris from the 23.
He hit the wall hard. I think he had a right front tire blowout. You see it's already down. I think the right front blew out.
Yeah.
And let's ride on board.
Oof.
Gosh,
You heard it.
that's a terrible feeling.
Joey Logano needs more turn to fire off on the runs. This will be the primary tires for him. He's not putting those old options back on the race car. And the 20th, Christopher Bell, same thing. Just needs to be a little freer for fire off, but only fire off, not the rest of the run.
Bell leads him off pit road. I believe he's on the option tire, 3 wide behind Logano there. We'll sort that out.
And that mishap that Logano, who you're riding with, look how much it's costing him at the later stages of this race.
Well, we knew if it all played out and they had to cycle through some tires, we knew he was in trouble. And this is finally the run that's caught up with everything that's happened to Joey Logano today. And here at the end of this run, he's got the primary tire on and everybody else has the reds.
Oh,
in the first 5 races.
That motor, he'd been saying earlier, I think we're blowing up, guys. Finally let go.
There she goes.
There she blows.
Gosh darn.
He knew it.
Pipes here. Coming.
Yeah, well, the guy behind him that's making up some ground is that 5 car of Kyle Larson. He's opened that racetrack up. He's in the middle lane right here, 3rd lane up off the corner of turn 4, but he's running the top side of that racetrack. And Denny Hamlin's, oh, we got one in the wall.
Ty Gibbs.
It is, and caution is out with 8 to go.
Stay up. Get clear down.
Another
Get
right
on the
front, completely smoked off the front of this thing. It may be another rotor. Those are big pieces. I think it's the exact same thing. I think it was another rotor that blew the tire out, and he was along for the ride, couldn't stop.
Yeah, it's very rare when you see a car crashing like that if you've got a right front flat, that the left front tire is not smoked with your foot locking up the brakes. And that car is leaving marks on the ground because it's going so fast, sliding out of control.
Caught Gilliland at the free pass.
That's a big rotor trunk right there, I think.
Yeah.
Bell and Hamlin. Berry and Larson. Here we go.
And a good start by Denny Hamlin on his outside.
Oh, and the 24 car gets underneath the 21 there.
Sure
Josh
did.
Berry left the door open there.
Huge for William Byron. Right back to 3rd place. Can he keep it?
Well, and that's what we talked about on these used tires.
Look at this. Bell got into Denny. Denny got loose. Here comes Larson.
Larson
Stay to the
nowhere
outside.
to go on the outside. Hamlin is there. They stuff it into turn 3. Hamlin high. And caution. No, white flag. White flag. Here we go. 1 lap to go.
The race is on. They're 3 wide.
Bell solidifies the lead.
No, Denny's still there on his outside, hanging tough.
It's all going to come down to what happens right here on the entry into turn 3.
Don't take yourselves out and hand it away. Don't do it. Keep an eye on Larson.
Off turn 4. Bell edges ahead and wins 3 in a row.
Wow.
That was awesome.
What a great finish.
Great job, Christopher Bell, man. 3 in a row. Can you say?
How about 3 up
You
in a row?
can't say
there,
enough
Good
about
job.
this guy. Denny did a great job of getting to his outside bumper down here in this corner. I thought he had him cleared. He got through the middle good. And then right at the end, Denny grabbed a handful of throttle, and watch this, got to his right rear right there, and that's what put him in position where Bell just couldn't seal him off right there.
Yeah, and then they went down in here into turn 3, and Bell kind of sent it into the corner, got up the racetrack into Denny a little bit. Nothing, no harm, no foul. Bounced off his door and back to the start-finish line first.
And Bell got a bit of a shot there from Kyle Larson coming to the line. Second closest finish in the history of the NASCAR Cup Series at Phoenix.